Oh, good morning. How are you doing this lovely, lovely day? Nice to have you. Oh, somebody else is here. I just looked and see who it was. Handsome fella he was. Nice to have you all here. Oh, rough night. Uh, I can't even close this hand for some reason. I woke up in the middle of the night and the hand was so sore and swollen I couldn't even move it. Sorry about getting everything started late, but I didn't even roll out of bed till 6:15. Good morning, Johnny Mercer. Morning, Bobby Sprinkle. Nice to have you here. Nice to have both of you here. Good to see you. It was a rough night. Um, I actually didn't even go to sleep till after 12:30, but I don't know. This all will end sooner or later. Hopefully, everybody else had a better night than I did. I hate to think everybody in the world was miserable all night long. Didn't even have a chance to look at any news this morning. So, have no idea what's going on in the real world. Uh, so, I don't know. Anybody got anything happening in their neck of the woods? Hmm. By the way, somebody sent me this the other day. I watched it. If you guys have a mom that's in heaven, um, listen to this. It'll brighten your day up, probably. Actually, watch it. It's a YouTube video. All right, Bobby. So, not much going on here, I don't think. But It is 6:30 in the morning now. I'm glad the Mueller report's over with. Now we can get to some basics of assimilation of American way of living. Maybe we can get some stuff done in this country. Most likely not, because they still can't believe he won anyway, so. Uh, Trying to wake up with my very first cup. Some of the time, the best part of waking up is max 1.75 in your cup. You can tell it's getting warmer out because it's getting hotter in the house, even though it's still cold out. The temperature in the house feels different. The air feels warmer or whatever. We keep the house the same temperature year round, but it feels like it's a lot warmer now than it was yesterday or last week in here. Probably the moisture content in the air. I'm going to make a video tonight. It's going to be Italian chicken. Normally you grill it. I don't have I'm not going to grill it outside, and I don't have an indoor grill, so I don't know whether I'm going to cook it on my electric griddle. That way it keeps a lot of the oil out of it, because it's a Teflon griddle, so it won't stick. Or if I'm just going to fry it, but I'm going to make that. Two kinds of macaroni and cheese, one for the kids and one for the adults. Be the same size pan for each one, and one's going to be just regular macaroni and cheese, and the other one's going to be macaroni and cheese that's going to have jalapeno in it. Jalapeno cheese or hot pepper cheese or pepper jack cheese, whatever you want to call it. Good morning, Junkyard. You're looking lovely as ever. Good to see you. Welcome back, Bobby. You're welcome. Anything anybody want to talk about? Other than my stunning good looks, we all can talk about that. So. Molly Gordon, good morning. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have you here. Oh, because that cruise ship, I heard the engine, the engine broke down on it or something like that? Mechanical failure? I heard something went wrong with it, and they had to helicopter 950 people off, or something like that. Good morning, Kevin. You're welcome. Nice to have you here, Kevin. Yeah, I heard something about that yesterday. I don't understand why couldn't they just leave the people on the ship and tow it into port? Apparently you've had a workout. Would you wake up all sweaty and everything else? I did this morning, man, for some reason. Had a rough night. Whatever little bit of sleep I got must have been atrocious. So. Oh, okay. I didn't know why. I just. That's where the cruise line screwed up there, Junkyard. They should have charged extra for the extra curricular activities, the heart cardio and all the other stuff. I was too, Kevin. I was on a cruise in the early 80s. I cruised on down to South Carolina in an aeroplane. I bet that was a lot of helicopter gas. Hey, there's the most famous woman in YouTube, Rinda. Good morning, Rinda. You're looking lovely as ever. And by the way, Tom, hi. How many besides me feel sorry for Tom? Raise your hands. By a show of hands, looks like everybody. Yeah, that's funny, Kevin. Yeah. You guys ever heard the joke about Lucky, Lucky, Lucky? No? Would you like to? Oh, I don't think I should. No, really, I don't think I should. Oh, okay. The guy goes, Friday. He's leaving work. Everybody says, see you later, Bob. Bob waves to him. He takes off. Monday morning, Bob comes into work and he's got a little hobble. And they said, good morning, Bob. What happened to you? He said, oh, don't call me Bob. Call me Lucky. They call you Lucky. I said, yeah. He said, I decided to go away for the weekend. And I was in a bus. And we were going down the road, and all of a sudden the bus veered off, crashed down a 900-foot cliff, killing everybody in the bus but me. All I got was a scratch on the bottom of my foot. I was lucky. Well, they said, you sure are, so we'll call you Lucky. Friday comes around, they said, we'll see you later, Lucky. He waves goodbye. Monday morning, he comes hobbling in on crutches. They said, what the hell happened to you, Lucky? All right, bye, Renda. He said, oh, don't call me Lucky. Call me Lucky Lucky. To call you Lucky Lucky? How can that be? You're on crutches. He said, I decided I was going to go away for the weekend and I was going to take a plane this time. Really? We got up in the plane, we're cruising at 30,000 feet. All of a sudden, the plane exploded. 300 people in the plane all perish. We're at 30,000 feet. I come flying out of the plane in my chair, come crashing to the ground, and when I hit the ground, I land on the biggest haystack you've ever seen, cushioning my blow. The only thing I got was a big bruise on my leg. I am Lucky Lucky. They looked right at him and said, man, you sure are Lucky Lucky. Come Friday, they said, we'll see you later, Lucky Lucky. On comes Monday morning. Lucky Lucky, he's using 2 crutches. He's got a great big old bandage on his backside. I said, good morning, Lucky Lucky. He says, oh, don't call me Lucky Lucky. You guys can call me Lucky Lucky Lucky. Why in God gracious should we call you Lucky Lucky Lucky? You got a great big bandage on your ass and you're using 2 crutches to get along. He said, let me explain something to you. He said, you know, with all the good luck I had, I thought I would, see this girl that I've been looking at for the longest time. And I knew she was married, but I figured with all the good luck I had, I'd have a chance. So I was seeing her, and, we were doing our thing, having a good old time. All of a sudden, her husband come in, kicked the door open, and shot me right in the ass with a 12 gauge. They said, oh my God, Lucky Lucky Lucky. How did that happen? And why would you consider yourself lucky? He looked right at him all in the eye and he said, I'm going to tell you right now, if the guy would have been 5 minutes sooner, he'd have got me in the back of the head. Boom. Mr. Jixer. It's my like Elon Musk. That's right. Yeah. Some guys have all the luck, don't they, Junkyard? They sure do. How are you doing, Mr. Jixer? It's been a while. Where you been? No excuses. No. I was going to tell the wife to make me breakfast, but we all know what happened last time I told her to do something. I couldn't see. The swelling went down 3 days later. I could finally open my eyes, so I ain't telling her to do nothing. Musky smell, that's right. Yeah, I know. I've been sick. I had an excuse. I had a near-death experience, so um, wasn't feeling good, and that was Tuesday. And I found out somebody put kryptonite in my coffee and tried to kill Superman, but I powered through it. It took me. My wife's sick. It took me a few days, but I got through it. Yeah. So now I make my own damn coffee. Like that saying on Facebook, my wife made me a cup of coffee and winked at me and she gave it to me. Never been first in my life to drink a cup of coffee. Yeah. Yeah, I got there and the gates were closed. That's right. Big old padlock. You go now. Come here. And you like the picture of Kathy with the testicles? Yeah. She said they were tasty. I'll have to take her word on that. Well, I'm not going to try it. The Testicle Festival, that was this weekend. What's funny, she got a new shirt and it's got two bulls standing or sitting at a bar or at a table with mixed drinks and stuff. And they've got their legs open, and if you look, there's like a bandage crossed right there at their crotch. You didn't see that fabulous picture? I can bring it up for you. Da-da-da. Let's see. Hopefully I can bring it up for you. Trying. Isn't that wonderful? Google not responding. Mm. Give me a second because I can't even get into nothing else. Huh. God, I hate this internet, and I hate Google. Yeah, she lost a bet 35 years ago there, Kevin. I'm still trying to get it to. I can't see my screen or nothing. I know it says there's one more of us in here, but I don't understand that either. I just shut everything down. Let's see. Got to redo the chat. Gotta love this stuff. Oh, really? $50 a month? Invitation only? Well, that would be nice. There we go. Takes forever to get this stuff to get back together. There we go. Junkyard has friends in high places. That's right. Written in blood. Well, that's good there, Junkyard. You're on the invitation list. So you're highfalutin. You know what you do, Junkyard? You tell them, say, hey, I got some property you guys want for, oh, I don't know, free internet for life and $1,000, $2,000 a year. I'll let you have, you can rent 1 acre and put a tower up. Now you get that $50 a month, which is $600 plus $2,000 rent. And when it's all said and done, you're going to have a handy dandy tower there because they won't take it down. Good morning, Reaper. You'd go for that? Yeah. My friend, he's no longer with us. Years ago, somebody for a billboard company, he had some property on a main highway, and they stopped and said, hey, how much for, I can't even remember how big, but they went out there and they took a spray can and they painted 4 dots on the ground and access to get to it. We don't want permanent access. We just want to be able to drive up to it and then, drive away from it. He said, I don't know. What did it think it'd be worth to you? How about $15,000 for 2 years? The guy looked at him and says, I thought they thought I was stupid. And I said, yeah. They put up a 40-foot tall sign. Okay. Billboard. And paid him $15,000 for 2 years rent. 2 years went by and he called him up and says, hey, what are you guys going to do with the sign? I said, well, we're probably going to renew our 2-year contract. Okay. $15,000, 2 years. Hey, doesn't get any better than that. So. That's right. Put you a TV antenna up there and everything else.
Pictures.
Yeah. Kathy's going to send me pictures of the testicle stuff. You don't need to, you can take a 2-gallon gas, huh? I don't know what's going on. I went to do it and everything's shut down on Google. Yeah, sit right on top of the engine. That's how I used to do it. In fact, what I used to do when I was a kid, I would take an old Dawn dishwashing liquid bottle after it was empty, or a Palmolive bottle, and I'd pull a pull tap off it and wash it all out real good, let it dry. No, Kevin just noticed nobody ever addresses mechanical questions to me. Well, if we need to buy us a modular home, we'll let you know, Kevin. So. Yeah, that's what I used to do there, Bobby, is I would take that soap dish bottle, rinse it out real good, let it dry. I'd put gas in it, put the cap back on, put the hose on it, put a hose clamp on it where it went into the, after you pulled that plunger type off, on the knob off the top of it, put a hose clamp on it so it was nice and wouldn't leak. Wrap a coat hanger or wire around it, and then with the hood up, you hang it on the, on the hood latch, and you could, that is about, it's less than a quart, half a quart of gas. Your truck on an idle will, run 20 minutes on a half a quart of gas. So great. You just got to have common sense when you're doing something like that.
That's a good, I saw the picture of a line that's just outside. And there were over 2,000 people.
Let's see. Kathy Miller sent me 3 photos. Okay. Hopefully I can share them with you now. Okay, that is the line outside. There was over 2,000 people there. Okay. That is the Testies, the baked beans, coleslaw, roll, and shrimp sauce, or cocktail sauce. These are Testies, and that's gizzards. Line. And there is Kathy munching on the nuts. Here's some other profile pictures of Kathy if you guys want to see them. She says no. No. But anyways, that's the pictures. Which ones are chewier, Kathy? Gizzards or testicles? The testicles. Well, I know she's a good-looking woman.
Actually, they overcooked the gizzards.
They overcooked the gizzards. The key to a good gizzard is you boil it in salt water for a little bit. Or soak them in salt water.
Boil them.
You set the gas tank on the brake lines to use them for something to set it on. Yep, Kathy lost a bet 36 years ago, and that's how I got her. I said, what are you doing tomorrow? She says, nothing. I said, you want to go on a date? She said, no. I said, you'd rather go do nothing than go on a date with me? She said, I tell you what, let's flip a coin. I said, okay, heads or tails? She said, tails. I took out my 2-headed coin and flipped it. she lost. Yeah. Well, you know, they say they're all beef there, junkyard. You did notice how many women were standing in line, didn't you? Mm-hmm. I love gizzards. We got a gizzard shack just about a couple miles from here. It's in downtown, or in town. Actually, just right down the street from where we used to live. So, and she sells more gizzards there than Kentucky Fried Chicken does. And she does a better job of cooking them. Excuse me. I'm dusting. There's a difference between dusting and powdering. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Gizzard check, gizzard check, gizzard check. As big as a whale. So, I got the paperwork the other day for the Onstead Festival. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet or not, but the buy-in is, if I pay before May 1st, is 150. After May 1st is 225. But they want me to have, I don't know how much insurance. So I got to find out what kind or what their insurance limit is. Normally it's 500,000. So I got to find out what they want. But they want me to insure their festival people too. And I don't understand why I have to put insurance on them. So I got to talk to them. And then, you know, electricity is $10 extra. I ain't never seen anything like this. I am going to if I do it, I'm going to leave a note in there that, you know, if I don't make a profit, I would like to have some of my money back, being, you know, they're doing all this hype and stuff. So you guys give me a minute. I have to go to the little boy's room. Don't go nowhere. Give me a second. I gotta make another pot of coffee. I'm coming. Oh, sorry about that. Huh. They taste about the same. Well, we'll have to take your word on that. That's right. Yeah. Good morning, Yankee Ribbon. Nice to have you here. Uh-oh. Palm's itching. You know what that means, don't you? Yeah, it's itching. My palm itches all the time. I never come in any money. Yeah, I tell you what, there is. There's people all over the world come to that festival. There's I looked at it the first time. I think there's like 12 testicle festivals in the United States a year, and this is one of the biggest ones. Yeah, if they ask you, yeah, if they ask you for beef, pork, or chicken, look out. Yeah, yeah. You want beef, pork, or chicken? No, no, I wasn't missing again. I had to go to the little boy's room. The plumbing's starting to work again. So first of all, I couldn't tell what that feeling was, and then all of a sudden I remembered it from days back when. Oh, I better do something, or we're gonna have a mess. Good morning, Christy. Nice to have you here, looking lovely as ever. So what's on people's agenda today? I am actually going to, I'm going to go to, you guys might be shocked by this, but I'm going to go to a couple of thrift stores today. I haven't been nowhere since Tuesday. Did you fart? She said, excuse me. Want to make sure. Huh? I'm going to watch my mouth. You know why? Because you told me to. And I listened to her. Yankee, I have to take your word, Kathy. I haven't the balls to eat those. That's right, me either. Makes you wonder. So, what are you doing there, Buck? Oh, I'm not doing nothing. We just got done butchering that big old bull. Well, you want yourself a big old steak? No. You see them round little slimy bastards right there? I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna. Huh?
Actually, they slice them.
I know. Actually, I think I'm gonna slice them little buggers up, put them in some salt water for a couple hours, and then I'm gonna deep fry them. I think they'd be tasty. Really? Yeah. But then again, oysters. Huh?
Unless you try them.
The first guy that walked up to it said, "Oh boy, I bet that's delicious." Yeah. Idaho hillbilly, are treasurers and hunters and eBay resellers greedy? Well, yes, they are.
Yeah, I could do it.
That's dripping.
Very well. Don't worry about it.
Oh yeah, she got a lot of people that were looking at her. They were saying, mm-hmm. Well, she's there going to eat test. Now, I don't like oysters. Period. What's really funny is my dad, when he first met my mom, and my dad went over to my mom and dad, or my grandpa and grandma's house for Thanksgiving dinner. And my grandma made oyster dressing. And she said, "Here, have some oyster dressing." Oh, he ate some. He said, "Oh, that is the best I ever had." Well, every year, my grandma would make oyster dressing because my dad liked it. Well, come to find out, my dad didn't like oyster dressing, but he didn't want to hurt my grandma's feelings, so he would eat it. And he never told my grandma that. Never. My mom knew it, and us kids knew it, or I knew it, but he never would tell my grandma and hurt her feelings. And I thought that was pretty nice. And she made it up till about a couple years before she passed away, till she couldn't make it. She'd make my dad a big old pan of oyster dressing for Thanksgiving dinner. Bobby, quit calling me baby, okay? And Tammy, you can quit calling me baby too. You are looking lovely as ever, Tammy, but this baby stuff has to stop. I think I've lost my head. There's lots of people can eat a raw egg. You get a room, you two, that's right. The thing of it is, Bobby and Tammy are probably in the same room. Tammy's on the computer right here, and Bobby's on the computer right here. All right, go feed the yard birds there, Yankee. Me either. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't eat a raw chicken egg either. You're just asking for problems. Tim, good morning. Sure you are, Bobby. Hey, don't tell anybody, everybody, but don't tell anybody. Thursday. I'm going to have a special guest on the panel. I'm going to surprise Bobby Sprinkle. I'm going to ask him to come on. Don't tell him. Anyways, for those that was on the live stream last night or at the live stream last night, wasn't that something? Timya and Golden Freddy. And then that was funny because Timya asked Timya a question. I looked at it and read it and said, hey, Timya, don't you think you had to log out of Timya and log into Golden Freddy before you ask Timya a question? Yeah. But I think she still has it up. I might be wrong. There it is. Give me the Fazbear, the silly girl. All right, I will. Let me get this up because it's only 3 seconds long.
Professor, you got it. Thank you very much. Bye. Professor, you got it. Thank you very much. Bye. Professor, you got it. Thank you very much. Bye.
I can't even understand what she's saying, but that was for dog. So, I know she's a real person. But last night I told them they had to stop. It was just getting out of control. They almost went bye-bye. That's right. They are annoying, ain't they? But they're real people. They're not, they weren't trolls or whatever, so. Or she's real. No. But she said, do you think I look pretty one night? And I said, well, I don't even know what you look like. So she did that video just for me. Yeah. Aren't I? That's right. I am. It's a good thing they got a face mask on my helmet. I'd keep breaking my nose looking the window. No. Oh. Anything anybody want to talk about? What do you want to talk about, Kathy? Your undying love for me? Okay, we'll strike that question out of the deal. So. Anybody going to plant a garden this year? We are. We're going to plant one. Oh, by the way, that's what I want. I didn't even tell Kathy this yesterday. Sorry about that, honey. Yesterday we were Saturday. We were going to go someplace. So I go outside to do something. And no, it was yesterday. I went outside to look at I bought a bike a month or two ago at the Salvation Army. And it wasn't, I bought the bike because it was only $3. And it had some nice tires on it and rims. And I bought it because the little girls don't have a bike. And I figured if nothing else, we could take the rims and tires off and that bike I bought and put them on their bike or whatever, because one of their bikes, the tire rims are shattered, or the tires shredded and stuff. So anyways, I bought it cheap for parts. And then I also bought a set of training wheels at the same time. Well, I walked out there yesterday because my son-in-law put it together Saturday night. So I walked out there last night to look at it, or yesterday afternoon or morning to look at it, and it looked pretty nice. He took pedals off another bike and put them on that, to, because the pedals had reflectors on them and stuff like that, and it made a nice bike out of it. So for $3, it ended up being a good buy for him. But I looked in the garden, and the garden's all scuffed up. And I go out there, and there's deer tracks in my garden. The deer have been out there eating the carrots and the apples and potatoes and whatever else I've thrown out there in the garden, which is fine with me because they eat, they poop. That's fertilizer. I don't care. I put the stuff out there for the animals to eat, and whatever they don't eat is going to be rototilled under. So makes good compost for the garden, helps give it nutrients. So the way the soil looks, it looks like it's going to be a good garden this year. So now I just got to go out and do some heavy duty fishing while the plants are starting to grow. Start bringing back 5 gallons of fish water every day from the lake, and start watering the garden with some fish water. It'll be a really good garden. Karen, how are you doing this morning? Nice to have you here. Stopping by to say hello before class. Tell the kiddies we all said hi. Oh yeah, I've seen $500 cars with $10,000 tires and rims on their junkyard. Guy back behind us where we used to live had this old junky old car. First thing he was going to fix the car up. So the first thing he does, he goes out and buys the spinner rims and the low pro tires and everything else. I thought, well, why wouldn't you fix the car up, get the paint job and everything done, and then put the rims and tires on? Why waste the money? The $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 for those custom rims and all that stuff right now, because that would, if you put that kind of money into the build, it would be that much further ahead. I know it. Don't drink the water. Fish poop in it. You're right. So that's funny. Never got any birds to grow, Kevin? All right, that's good. That's good. I appreciate it, Karen, listening to the sound. You're supposed to plant little bird eggs, Kevin. You plant them, and then you fertilize it with bird seed, and then they'll grow. Birds will grow then. You probably planted them too. Did you plant them on their end, Tim? You can't plant them laying down. They got to be planted standing straight up. Got to know this stuff. You would think the instructions would be more clear. Yeah. Well, congratulations, Brenda. Anybody seen Gene today? And you kind of get worried about the old feller when he doesn't show up. Um, just I haven't seen Gene in a few days, so. Okay. Yeah, as long as he's around, that's what I was worried about because I haven't seen him in a couple of days. And I haven't gotten anything from him on Facebook in a while. We was afraid you got lost. Yeah, we was, Linda. We didn't think you'd be able to find your way to work. Good thing Tom was at the helm. I tell you what, when I was driving all the time, working on the garbage company and stuff, anytime we would go someplace and my wife had the chance to drive, I just driving after a while just was a chore. So we'd go someplace, store or see somebody, go ahead and drive. Now, did you go to directly to work, Brenda, or did you know, have to make 17 different stops before you got there? Dirty Dog Diggers, good morning. Nice to see you. How are you doing, Denise? No, I did not see that wreck. Only one stop. There you go. 50 vehicles? Well, that is California junkyard. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still not 100%. I can still feel it in me, but I'm not, I'm getting better. Yeah, they speed up to get out of the fog. That makes perfect sense, doesn't it? Hmm. I can't go around all the way to the end of at the top on the fourth curve. You can. I put on a matched set of tires. It will hold. Yeah. So that's speed through the fog. It will hold. Yeah. All right, Kevin. See you later, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. It's always a pleasure having you here. I don't know what to talk about now. Anyways, I was talking about a garden, so I think we're going to probably plant 2 rows of tomatoes. We eat a lot of string beans, so we're going to do 2 rows of string beans, some jalapeno peppers, some bell peppers. We try not to get into too many vine vegetables like cucumbers or zucchini, because that takes up too much room. We'll have maybe 1 or 2 plants of zucchini. We tried to grow cucumbers twice, and the plant they just never worked. Might try it now. The soil's looking a lot different, but we're not going to have asparagus this year. Last year, I went out there and we never got a single stalk of asparagus. Now, this stuff's been planted for 5 years. I've gotten less than a handful of asparagus, so I started ripping the plants out. I'm not wasting no more time with that. Not wasting no more time with my strawberries. I think I've got less than a quart of strawberries in the last 5 years too. So, and there was almost 200 strawberry plants. So, huh? The squirrels are eating them and everything else. So, and the birds and whatever else could get to them would grab them. And I'm sure the grandkids, if they see them, they'd walk by and pick one when they were out there. But they would, yeah. So, anyways,
They tried to find
I don't. I think in the raised bed gardens, I'm going to plant garlic and onions and stuff of that. Maybe bulb onions in one and green onions in it, and stuff like that that doesn't need to grow very deep in, but needs a softer soil. So then I got some rolling garden boxes and stuff like that are on casters that roll around, and I'm gonna put some tomato plants on those. Actually, I might put I might try this because I've heard it working, is making taking watermelon and you put it on and you let the vines grow up on a trellis, and then so I might do that with those. Put because these have a trellis on the rolling garden carts, plant some watermelon in those, and then when it starts to grow, put the vines up, let the vines grow up, and then once they start to grow, take some onion sacks or something like that and tie them into the webbing so the watermelons will sit down on those instead of, in case they break loose, they won't crash to the ground. You got some 10, 15 onions. I don't know what a 10, 15 is. Yeah, as far as Kathy's concerned, just tomatoes, but.
Well, yeah, because we go through tomatoes.
Yeah. Now that's one that we do a lot of tomatoes here. We can a lot and everything else like that. We used to do just nothing but tomato juice because tomato juice was so expensive to buy. And then all of a sudden the stores started they'd have a sale, buy 10 cans of tomato juice for $10, you get the 11th one free. I know, and so we would buy that. I mean, at one time I bet we had 40 cans of tomato juice downstairs. And yeah, we don't. Yeah, we have 1 can downstairs right now. Plus, I have 5 or 6 jars of tomato juice that's jarred down there.
But there ain't nothing better than a fresh tomato out of the garden compared to the stores. So.
Right, a good garden tomato is better than a greenhouse tomato any day. Good morning, Stephen. Nice to have you here. I'll tell her, dirty dog. She just walked out. So, but I think we'll do that, and I'm going to do some video of the gardening. It's going to be a slow process because I can't do much at any one time. So, I'll probably do a video every day of doing a garden box or something like that, or a raised bed box. I'll have my son-in-law will come over and rototill the garden up. Other than that, we do get a lot out of the garden once we get it growing. I'm probably I got some landscaping mesh baskets or whatever, fabric baskets out there, whatever you want to call them. I'm thinking about growing some, putting some soil in those, some garden soil in there, and maybe planting some carrots, see how that works. I figure it this way: if I plant $1 worth of seeds out there and I get $10 worth of stuff back, I'm money ahead. So. That's right. But I got two composting containers out there. One's a square plastic box with a lid on it, and it's probably 2.5, 3 feet by 2.5, 3 feet, about 3 feet tall. And last year, I got cases of string beans given to me, and I thought I was going to can them. Oh, I know why they were given to me. They were all rotted. So I spent probably an hour ripping open boxes and cutting bags open, and I'm dumping all these string beans into that composting pile. And hopefully we get another 2 or 3 days where it's warm above freezing. I'll go out there with my what's it called? The garden claw or something like that. You stick it down and you twist and it breaks up the dirt. Well, I'll take the top off and that, stick it down in there and work the compost and make sure them string beans are all broken up and stuff, because that's all going to go into the soil. And then I got another one, a composting barrel that you flip over. It's on a pedestal, and you flip it over and roll it back, this and that, That's probably half full of stuff, and it's got you can either take either end of the barrel off. So. She's in the garage right now there, Big Steve. Oh. That's pretty cool. What'd you grow in those? You had tomatoes and peppers on them? You know, some guy asked me one day, why do you plant potatoes? They're so cheap to buy. Well, they are cheap to buy. And for the amount of potatoes that, I get, it isn't worth it. But it's just, the thought of doing it. I've probably got 20 pounds of seed potatoes downstairs in the pantry right now. Out 5 feet from the water hydrant. There you go. Big Steve said, where's his favorite woman at?
Gone.
Gone? Oh, I bet you eat a lot of potatoes there, Big Steve. They do taste a lot better. Anything you grow tastes better than anything you buy. Where's his favorite lady, he meant, I said. I'm sorry, I said woman, he said lady. Yeah, dog's taters, that's right. Welcome back, Yankee. Welcome back. I hear movement upstairs, so. But hopefully we'll have a good garden this year. We had a big branch fall last year on the tree out by the road, and that big branch covered most of the garden, so the garden should get a lot more sunshine, so that'll be better. So, and I do want to go to this landscaping place that sells the garden place. They have mushroom growing kits, and I do want to start growing some mushrooms. So. I'm close to being 3 points. Hey, don't take no crap from them. Yankee, if you feel the need to put them in a pot, put them in a pot. Give them a jacuzzi bath. No, no. I like the button. I don't like mushrooms that much, period. But if I'm going to eat them, it's going to either be the button mushrooms or the portobellos. The morels look like one big fungus, and that just doesn't fancy me. You planted Ford tomatoes, they rusted out and fell apart. That's fun. Yeah. And Mario mushrooms grow fast. Yeah, they do. I was watching a video on how to grow mushrooms, and you know, who would know, who would think that, mushrooms have to grow in a sterile environment? I really didn't know cow crap was a sterile environment, but oh, you got to do it's got to be bacteria free here, and it's got to be sterile here, and all. Well, how does it grow out in the wild then? All these people, oh, you got to do this, and you got to have that, and this, you got to be clean. Make sure you scrub all this. And man, you guys are overthinking all this stuff. The only video game I really liked, yeah. Mario? Really? Pac-Man was probably the last game I really ever played. Anyways, I've seen a few videos and what they say to do. You can take mushrooms you buy at the store, and you pull the ends out, the stems. Once you pull the stems out, you take the mushroom, the cap, and you tap it on a paper plate. And when you tap it on a paper plate, you're going to see all this stuff fall on the paper plate. And that stuff right there is the seeds for the mushrooms. That's what they say. And you can grow mushrooms from that. Well, I want to get them started through this garden center, through the stuff that they have. And then, we'll start from there. Because I don't think I'm going to grow them outside. I'm going to grow them in the pantry. Because most mushroom farms and stuff like that, they're grown inside in barns where it is kept cool and dark. Not hot and dark or not cold, but just cool, so. But then they're grown on trays. The trays are about this far apart, and they got 40 trays stacked on top of one another. So you pull out a tray and you pick the mushrooms and you reseed it, put the tray back, pull another, and that's how they grow. Yep. Grow them in old mine shafts. They do, Junkyard. They taste like sheet. And like I said, I don't eat a lot of them, but Kathy likes mushrooms. I like dehydrating them and then, having some, so if you want to throw them in some soups or whatever, but I like making mushroom powder. And you really have never seasoned anything until you've seasoned it with mushroom powder. Because nobody even knows the mushroom's there, but they can taste it. And you can take like your meatloaf, you lay you put your meatloaf out flat, and you sprinkle some mushroom powder on it, rub it in, and then you roll you mix your meatloaf all in and stuff. Gives it a good mushroom flavor. And same way with onions. I dehydrate it, so I have some onions, and then I make onion powder. In fact, I just used the very last bit of the onion powder. Timya, good morning. Nice to have you here. Good to see you. I was telling everybody this morning that you are real because you sent me a 3-second video. I even showed them the video. Now, I like making, we haven't had it in a long time, but I take steak tips and gravy and pour it over rice. But I would pour in some mushroom powder and put it in with a gravy mix. Golden Freddy overslept. Now he's going to be late for school. You're on the bus? Well, the reason why you put mushroom gravy in it is because I really don't like the texture of mushrooms, but I like the flavor. So this gives you the flavor without the texture. I tried that dirty rice, you know. I made a batch, threw it on the floor, picked it up with a dustpan, threw it back in the pan, stirred it up, threw it back on the floor, picked it up with a dustpan, put it back in the pan. Nobody would eat it. I just don't understand it. Dog is gonna love me. Well, you know, I love everybody, Timya. But I love my wife the most. Wouldn't that be called a rice confit? Maybe, I don't know, junkyard, maybe it wasn't dirty enough. Hell, I don't know. Maybe I should took it outside or something and then made it. Maybe it just didn't have enough speckles in it. All right there, Yankee, you have a great day. Take care. You didn't know it was live? Live from New York. It's Monday morning. I got to get some more celery too. I'm out of celery dehydrated. So I think when I go to the store, I'm going to buy 3 or 4 stalks of celery and do that. You gotta get the celery, wash it, clean it, cut it all up, blanch it, pull it out, put it on your dehydrator, and I'm going to save the ends, and I'm going to try roast celery. Yeah. By the way, Steve, how you doing? I have not seen your hand or anything, so you got a video of that nasty old cut? We all seen the push button that Amber had on her head last night. The Indian, the Gaza push button, the Gandhi push button. Yeah, you cut just fine. And you bleed real good too, don't you, Big Steve? Oh, okay. Well, at least you could have showed us a bandage. Because you're going to have what, stitches for another 5 or 6 days. No, I'm not Timya's boyfriend there, Golden Freddy. I'm my wife's husband. Me and Timya are besties. Kathy goes, oh God. That's right. One of these days I'm going to go down there and I'm going to do Timya's hair. And I'll put on some bobby socks and some patent leather shoes, and we're just going to go all over town. Well, considering the size of his meat hooks, it's probably a 1/4 acre patch. That's right, Golden Freddy. Alpha single. Oh, hotter than a $2 pistol. And I know she's the fastest thing in town. Long and lean, and every young man's dream. Turns every head in town. Good morning, Alexander. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Good to see you. That's how hot I think Timya is. I can't believe you're allowing this cat. Yeah. Kathy knows I ain't going nowhere. Good morning, Alexander. I'm getting better and better every day. Stronger and stronger. Timmy's got tent well, let me at them. No, they can all fight for supremacy there. I'll just be her bestie. Yeah. No, Kath wouldn't let me go. She said she ain't got the time to train anybody else. Who cares, dog? Right, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm her crush. Well, I'm happy to be her crush, but there's just nothing but besties in it between me and her. Huh. No, does not. Bestie means best friend. No. There you go, Big Steve. Are you looking for a mom figure, are you, Big Steve? Yeah.
Hey, you know, Brooke's mother wanted a whole bunch of quarters. She said when she met me up at the hospital, she said, I always thought that you were only 50. I said, honey, I'll be 57 next month. She's only 54.
Right. She looks hard for 54.
I said, well, shit, she had me 7 years younger. She wanted a whole lot of quarters.
That's right. You don't look a day over 39, pumpkin.
Sure. Got jokes.
That's right, Alexander. She might cook me up. Who knows? So, there is, Tim, some mental deficiencies at play here. That's right. Arizona Ghost Rider. Okay, Monday, let's get it over. I know it. Too bad it's just starting there, Arizona. A night you'll never remember. That's right. That was some good looking soup yesterday, wasn't it there, Arizona? And a nice looking omelet that Terry on Jeff and John was making. Jeffrey, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. It was nice. It was good. Just like Mama used to make. We're close. No. He did use a lot of butter. But then again, real butter ain't bad for you. So remember, yeah, like my brother said back in the 80s and the 90s, eggs are bad for you and butter's bad for you. Now it's all good for you. You know why it's good for you now? It's because the lobbyists asked the politicians to say it's good for you. So that now it's good for you. It was never bad for you to begin with. Back when they said it was bad for you, politicians for margarine and or lobbyists from margarine and the liquid eggs were forcing it out of, paying the politicians to say that stuff was bad for you. All right, Golden Freddy, well, go ahead and learn you something. Get you some edumacation. I'm in schools and other places too there, Golden Freddy. Oh, I don't like it either. Whenever I can get it, I buy real butter. Yep, I remember those. I got some Campbell. I used to have some Campbell soup cups. I give them to my daughter, I believe. Um, they were actually still in the package. They were in a 4-pack. Real butter is good for you. It's got good cholesterol in it. To a certain extent. It's better than margarine. Margarine is just one molecule away from being plastic. They develop real margarine to feed, or they develop margarine to feed turkeys and pigs, and none of them would eat it. But they found out humans would. That's where you're supposed to have tomato soup, grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup. Butter will put lard on your arse, you're right. What? Good morning, Caroline. You looking lovely as ever. Mater soup and crackers. I like that too. Mater soup and peanut butter sandwiches. That's even good. Dog got 2 girlfriends. That's right. And they're both my wife. Now when we have chili, we'll take saltine crackers and we put real butter. We'll butter a saltine cracker and put a top on it. And that's what we eat our chili with. You know, you'll either eat them, you know, take a bite of that, or you break them apart, put them in your chili. 5-star dinner. Oh, Kimmy and my wife. Okay, no, you know, that's okay. I am getting a little bit better every day. Chili and oyster crackers, yeah. I'm getting a little bit better and better every day. I can slowly feel the S start to get back on my chest. Superman will be back in full strength here shortly. Yeah. It's Superman. One of these days, these weekends, when the kids aren't here and Kathy is here, I haven't had a chance because the last 5 weeks, either they didn't go to their mothers or they've been here. So you had a chest cold? Did you put some Vicks on it? Put some Vicks on your chest. That way you breathe it in at night and it helps you get rid of that. So I'm not really a clam chowder. No. We know better than that, Golden Freddy. Seafood, that's right. Good morning, Rocky Brook. Nice to have you here. Anyways, I want to do a video, but I don't want to do it when the kids are here because I want it to be halfway decent, quiet, and everything else when I do it. So that's right. You're right, Christy. She's my wife, one and only. There's no other for me than Kathy. Timmy is just going to have to be my pretend. She can pretend to be my girlfriend. I tell you, I don't know what happened in the middle of the night, but arthritis has swelled up my knuckles and everything so bad that I can't even bend this hand. So, but as you can see, looking through there, I can still hold a broom. You remember the old Sanford and Son? He said, you know, Lamont, I can't do nothing with my arthritis. And then Lamont shoves a broom handle right in between his hands like that, and it fits. All right there, Golden Freddy, you have yourself a good day at school. I don't want to be the person that deprives you of an education. Need some CBD lotion? I've got that stuff. It don't work. I've got the hemp butter and all that other stuff. Red Fox was hilarious there in Arizona. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't work for everybody or it doesn't work for a lot of people. It just doesn't work for me for some reason. You know, everybody is different. You know how you like that? Everybody. It's the same word, just pronounced different. Everybody is different. So. Somebody has a crush on me, Alexander. She's got her own channel. Oh, yeah. All right, there, Golden Freddy. Take care. Tell her I love her too, as a friend, as a bestie. We'll see you later. Have a good day at school. Get a good education. Went to see him and he got in a hush of a mess. Huh. Yeah, I bet. That's the thing. Anytime you do a lot of pounding or whatever and you have arthritis, that aggravates the hell out of it. So, excuse me. That's how I first found out I had arthritis. Um, I had a tailgate on a semi that wouldn't shut, and I spent probably 15 minutes with a sledgehammer, uh, knocking loose pins and stuff like that, and beating pins back in, and to get this thing to shut. And I finally got it shut, and went and did my business for the day. Went to bed that night, got up in the morning, and I was in so much pain I was screaming. I went to work and I said, "Hey, I can't work." I said, "What happened?" And it was this hand right here, but it was the size of a baseball glove. I'm not kidding. My fingers were this big around, and my hand looked like a baseball glove. They said, "What happened to you?" I said, "It must have been all the pounding yesterday. Something happened because my hands are all swelled up." So they actually drove me to the doctor, the company doctor, and he looked at me and started X-raying because he thought it was broke, and well, it was just full of arthritis. And when all the pounding and stuff aggravated it so bad that it swelled up. I was off work for 3 days until the swelling went down. I had to ice it, and they put me on pain pills and everything else because it felt like my skin was going to explode because my fingers were so swelled up that I thought the skin was going to rip apart. You got a tool for that? I got to powder my nose. I'll be right back.
No, go upstairs right now.
Anyways, sorry about that, but I can feel another sneeze coming. So yeah, they do have a tool for that. See, Tim, what you should have done is just reach down there with your toothers, bit onto that nail head, and just rock back with your chin on the board, and you could have popped them nails right out of there. Tell your dad. You woke up one morning, had no feeling in your arm. Couldn't understand why. Uh, did you sleep on it wrong? A lot of times you sleep on it wrong. You cut the circulation off. You wake up and it's so numb you can't move it. And then finally you start getting the feeling. Huh? Yeah, your dad's in the garage. So. Elegant Homestead, good morning. You're looking lovely as ever. Nice to have you here. We were talking about that soup and the omelet yesterday. Didn't that look delicious?
There's school class.
Huh?
There's a school class.
You're not going to school.
So I should better.
Yeah, you got to feel better. You're not feeling good. Go watch some TV until they get in here. Oh, I bet you did there, Alexander. Yes, he is. His mom was at the doctor's last night. John was with her, so I'm hoping everything turned out for the best for John. And she wasn't feeling good, I guess. So I did say a prayer for him and his mom last night. So. So, what do you guys want to talk about now? My stunning good looks? Well, thank you, Elegant. I'm sure John will appreciate that. Hey, yeah. Yeah, it pretty well covered you. That's right. So, I brought this up the other day on Facebook. Now that the Mueller report's over with, and it was basically a BS. It was all perpetrated, a BS story. Who should have to pay for all this expense that went into it? Should John McCain's estate be charged for it? He's the one that handed it off to whoever. Should it be James Comey, who didn't investigate it to begin with? Should it be, the Attorney General at the time? Should it be the Clinton campaign or Clinton Foundation? Somebody should have to pay for it. They started it. They lied about it. And then it cost the American taxpayers about $40 million. I love you too. No. Okay. It cost the American taxpayers about. See you later there, Jeffrey. Thanks a lot for being here. I appreciate it, man. I really do. It cost the American taxpayers about $40 million. Now, $40 million is not a lot of money when there's 330 million people in the United States. It's 25 cents a person, 30 cents a person, whatever it works out to be in. 18 cents. But it is a lot of money in reality. And every person shouldn't have to pay for that. Every taxpayer shouldn't have to pay for that. That $40 million could have went someplace different. That $40 million could have went into helping veterans, went into helping the homeless, went towards building the needed wall on the southern border. But I'm thinking we need a wall on the northern border too, because, you know, if he runs for re-election and he wins, you're going to have all them celebrities saying they're moving out of the country to Canada. Well, we want to make sure they can't come back. So we need a wall on the northern border too. And do you ever notice all of them wanted to leave the country, but nobody wanted to go to Mexico to live? Why is that? Huh? Why doesn't anybody want to go to Mexico to live? I have no idea. Yeah, the Democrats wanted it, and they got the wrong answer. Now they're, well, I think Mueller was tainted, I think the investigation is over. Well, then they started handing it off to different states, to start prosecuting, like New York. New York's going to find out after they spend $20 or $30 million on that. They're going to say, well, how come we're spending so much money on this stuff? There's going to be a changing of the guard there. Two people are going to get tired of wasting money. And I think actually there needs to be a changing of the guard in every state, because I think every state has got wasteful spending down to science. We were told, we're going to raise the gas tax so you can get better roads. We're going to raise your sales tax so you can get better roads. You're going to raise, income tax so you can get better, roads. All this other stuff. Ticket fines, driver's license plates, all this other stuff. They've raised all these taxes, and we haven't got any better roads here in the state. Every time they raise the rates on something for better roads, somebody gets richer, the roads get worse. The people need to start making the politicians accountable. And I think a lot of people has forgotten they work for us. We don't work for them, they work for us. And the politicians have all forgotten that too. You're right, you get better potholes. That's right. What? They never improve, do they, Elegant? It's the biggest lie out there. And, there used to be a I can't remember the three lies. I can remember two of them, but there used to be the three lies. I have to think about that, but there's the fourth lie now. We're going to use tax money for roads. Yeah, that's the fourth lie. They all ride that horse. Oh, I bet. See, Alexander, over where he lives, they drive on the left of the road. Here in Michigan, we drive on what's left of the road. It never happened. Oh, the three promise, the three lies. Checks in the mail, black is beautiful, and I won't blink in your mouth. And the fourth lie is we're going to use tax money to make better roads. So you can take any one of the first three lies, throw it out of there, and put that one in there. So. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. I just put that on Facebook. So I'll probably be seeing you guys here in a few days. That's right. Well, I wouldn't doubt it there, Elegant. Brownstown. That's right. That's what they're doing in Paris. They're not taking no more crap. So we need to start doing in all the state capitals, go in there and start taking no more crap. But then in California, it won't work. Oh, really? You know, I don't understand it. Out there, evidently, you can piss all over their shoulders and tell them it's a warm yellow rain and they'll believe you. Oh, really? With all the tax money that they're taking in, they ought to give you a new car every year. That should be the incentive. By the way, everybody, if you don't know, I am back on Facebook. I'm out of jail. They're getting worse there, I'm telling you. Last time it was bread and water. There's so many people in Facebook jail that they can't afford to feed you anymore. It's just bread and water. The worst of it is Facebook's going to be in their own jail here shortly. That's right. Oh, by the way, do you all know that like 150 million Facebook users? That seems like a lot of people. Maybe I might be wrong on that number. Maybe it's hundreds of millions. But Facebook's got like 3.5 billion users or something like that. So there's I think it's hundreds of millions of Facebook users. Their passwords were put out there. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, we've all been hacked, or hundreds of millions of Facebook users have been hacked. But they don't care. So. Same thing's going to happen to Facebook that happened to Yahoo Messenger. Remember when you used to be able to get on Yahoo Chat and all that other stuff? Nobody does that stuff anymore because it got to the point where every time you did something or seen something or said something, somebody was popping in and, getting into your business, knowing everything that you were doing. That's because they weren't taking pride and ownership in your taking care of, guarding your personal information.
You did it.
Same thing's going to happen to Facebook here shortly. Sooner or later, the bubble's going to burst and it's going to come all crashing down. And then that's when you're really going to have to worry, because they're going to have all that information and they're going to try to get the most out of it, and they'll be selling it to everybody out there. Lottie-dottie, everybody. They'll put it on the dark web, whatever. Because they have nothing to lose then. It's all going to be just free money to them. I go to any website that asks me for my social security number in order to do a password or anything like that. I click right out of it. I'm not doing anything of that. You're not getting my social security number. Unless I know the site, you're not even going to get a credit card number. And, you're damn sure ain't getting my social security number. That's what they say. Well, what every major city they're talking about is Los Angeles and New York. There's only 3 or 4. How many major cities are there in the United States? You got New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Houston or Dallas or whatever. There's only 4 real major cities. Of immense population, like Los Angeles has got 11 or 15 or 23 million people that live there. I don't know how many people live in New York. And that's why they're trying to get this electoral college removed, because then, they're going to have nothing but Democratic voters. It only takes 3 states to change the vote of the United States. 3 or 4 states. California, New York, Texas, and Illinois. Those 4 states right there can determine what the other 50 states have to deal with. Isn't that fair? And you figure out why the major states are major cities. New York is the home of immigrants. Okay, that's no big deal. You got Germans, Irish, English, Russian. Anybody that comes through Ellis Island is going to be in New York, and a lot of them just stay there. They don't venture out. I'm probably guessing 50% of most immigrants that come into the United States through Ellis Island stay in New York City, or in the country, or city in the state of New York, excuse me, or in that area of the country. Then you got the illegal aliens that come through Los Angeles, and then you got Texas. So you got, Dallas or Houston or whatever. And Chicago, well, what are you going to say about Chicago? That's why you get most of them that only speak English, or 50% only speak English at home. So. He was the only one. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, PayPal is the only one I trust for the Social Security number. So, and I don't even remember if they even asked for the Social Security number. That would be the only one that I would trust for the Social Security number. See, these Democrats aren't dumb, even though you call them Democrats. And by the way, I was watching the two girls. Diamond, and I can't remember the other one, but they have a show called Dummy Rats, and I watched that. That was pretty funny. They were over in Nancy Pelosi's area, and there was a guy washing the sidewalk with a power washer, and I asked him what he was doing. He says, "I'm washing sidewalks." He said, "Why are you doing that?" He says, "Because they dirty." I said, "Well, what are they dirty from?" He says, "Feces." So, the reports of feces in San Francisco is, what is it, 1,400% in the last 3 years. They've made it a law that, in San Francisco, evidently, or, that side of the country, that it's perfectly legal to pull them down, drop trowel, and drop a plow. So, yeah. So, they'll put some road trout out there, sidewalk trout, or some brown salmon, whatever you want to call it. Sidewalk salmon. Yeah. But it's perfectly okay to do that. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just go lean up on somebody's house and lay one in their driveway, and that's perfectly okay because you're not even trespassing then. You can go ahead and do that if you need a little dignity. Just boggles the mind. Rather than spend $40 million a year to clean up crap on the sidewalk, why don't they spend $40 million a year and help these people out? Give them a place to stay. Make them feel worthwhile. Make them feel wanted. Make them feel needed. Give them a place to stay. Give them a job. There's schools, there's buildings, there's stuff like that are empty. They could renovate. They could have them live there. They could have them, clean halls, wash windows, take care, do stuff like that, help cook, help clean, have their own community working right inside their own building. Give them $10 a week to go out and buy their Rippling cigarettes or whatever. And just think how much cleaner the community would be. All right, Ian. Nice to see you. All hail King Ian. All hail. You're right there, Alexander. Oh. Vinny G just went live. I just think for those of us that are older, okay, we've seen so much stuff in our life. And it's anybody that's under 40, 42, 43 years old, they understand what I'm talking about, but they really haven't seen everything. We went from black and white TV, no TV, black and white TV, color TV, rotary phone, wireless phone, cell phone, internet, Atari game, PlayStation, Wi-Fi, we went through all them stages. We've seen all this stuff coming in. And for the amount, I'm 55 years old, the amount of change I've seen in the world, it has changed more in the last 40 years, 45 years, than I think the world has changed in the last 200 because of technical advances. So. That's one thing I miss there. Again, I miss the skies at night. I miss the stars that used to be out and everything. You can't even see stars hardly anymore. Yeah, I went from mail to the telephone. You're right. Folding, folding, folding. Good morning again, Linda. Huh. Yeah, well, you got I get a disability check, and if I didn't have a checking account, a banking account, they wouldn't send me a check either. They don't send me a check; they put it in my direct deposit. They don't send Social Security checks no more. So that's what they told me when I was getting mine. So I don't know if it's true on every case, but mine is direct deposited. Because just think about it. If you had 20 million checks you mailed out every month at 50 cents a check, how much is that? $100,000? And just mailing cost a month? If I'm correct. Or is that $1 million in mailing costs a month? So that's just a stamp. That's not the envelope and the person to process and the paper and and all this other stuff. Now what they do is everything's digital. They do it to your bank, and then once every 3 or 4 months, they do a computer printout and send you a computer printout of everything that they sent, where it went, and all this other stuff. So. Yeah, all these don't take a check, but they do take a debit card and cash. And I think the reason why they don't take checks is because if you're standing there in line writing a check, it takes longer than anything else. Because they don't like to have anybody at the cashier register. So I'm not talking about anybody waiting in line. I'm talking about they don't like to have their cash register, their cashiers at the registers. You got 4 or 5 registers and only got one cashier there. Well, the rubber checks are the best ones because they keep coming back to you. And always remember, folks, when you eat corn, it's never goodbye. It's see you later. So, just like the old rubber check. You guys want to be a little bit quieter in there, please? Oh yeah, they'll take a check. They don't care. Cecil Skinner staying off the grid. Just me. Good morning. Nice to have you here. Good to see you. Thank you, and you're looking lovely as ever also. Yeah, you can even buy gas without paying for it first, yeah. Sometimes. Depends on what area of the state you're in or what area of the city you're in. Or what kind of gas station it is. If it's owned by a major company or whatever, most of the time you pay, you pump and then pay. If it's owned by somebody that you can't pronounce their name because they come from a foreign country and don't speak English, you're going to pay first. If you no more than hand them a 20, it's already in the mail headed home. Oh, that's another thing about the money being sent out of the country. Like $160 billion a year gets sent out of the country just to Mexico, Guatemala, some other countries down there. $160 billion a year. Another like 13 billion goes to Russia. I can't remember. I have to find the thing. But all that money is not taxed. Just think if all that money got taxed. Now corporations send money out of the country, they get it taxed. But these people go to Walmart or whatever, and they pay $15 or $12 or whatever, and they'll send $200 or $2,500 or $4,000 or $50 or. Huh?
My tummy.
Your tummy? Well, go tell somebody that cares. That you're gonna poop. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Oh. Yeah, there's so much kindness. That's right. We was talking about gas. You may not even get jelly. Actually, Alexander, you know what's in Fort Knox? In the boats? Air. There ain't nothing in them. All all the money in Fort Knox, there's nothing there. All the money all the gold and everything that's in the country is in a reserve bank in New York City. Overusage of carbon footprint. So what'd you do yesterday, Just Me? You burnt some gas? You went mudding? There you go. And in fact, that helped the environment. You got proof? You got video? No, back when they moved the gold out from being, the standard. They released gold from being the standard. They got rid of all the gold. You got it on your channel? We'll have to watch it. So, but most of the world's gold is in New York.
Come here. Listen.
Well, I bet it'll be fun. I'll watch it there, Just Me. But that's why they got rid of all the gold reserves. So, and now I think that was the biggest mistake. We had to go back to the gold reserve, so we wouldn't be in this $22 trillion debt that we're in. If you can't spend money you don't have, and that's why they got rid of it. Well, if we don't have it, we can just print our own. Yes, we want to see it, Just Me. That's right, boys and their toys. I actually have never been mudding. I never did find the excitement in getting all filthy, dirty, nasty, and then having to clean whatever you, because every time you touch it, you get dirty, filthy, nasty. So, all right, it'll be called live, and you'll post it today. Okay. So. Now, I did have a Jeep and we used to go do some four-wheeling every once in a while, but it wasn't out there in the mud and stuff, not, too muddy. And around here, there isn't too many places you could go four-wheeling. We did used to go four-wheeling where the prison is. I took my wife out there when she was about 8.5 months pregnant. I was trying to get her to, get the baby started. We went four-wheeling, but it didn't start, so. No, I did not hear that, Alexander. That's right. Jeep means just empty every pocket. That's right. That's pretty cool. You haven't washed your pickup since last year? Probably afraid it'll fall apart if you knock off the mud. You know what? If you did though, junkyard, you'd probably get better gas mileage. You'd probably use 500-600 pounds. I bet. It's just like art. It falls off after it gets so thick, yeah. Can't hold on no more, too much weight on it. But you know, when you're out mudding, people, you know, it's bad. You know, you got all that carbon and everything. But what you're doing is you're putting that moisture back into the air from slinging the mud around. You're throwing nutrients back in the air. So it does make a difference. It rains. Rain last night. Did you get a good rain? Well, if it gets too much mud on one side, he puts more mud on the other side to balance it out. That's the same way around here, junkyard, with snow. You know, you start looking, you got icicles underneath your car, and they're about as big as glaciers, and they're almost dragging the ground. Sooner or later, one will drop off, and you'll run over it, and you felt like you ran over a, you know, a pot-bellied pig or something. You have a brown truck? White primer. Yep. So, but it looks nice out. We don't have any snow on the ground no more, so I don't know what the temperature's supposed to be. Let me look. Was it white pickup? Temperature's going to be 45 degrees today, so sunny. Tomorrow's going to be 44. Wednesday's going to be 54, and it's going to start 54 Thursday, 44 Friday. No. All right, just me. Huh. Oh, I bet. Yeah, because you go to the car wash and you leave so much mud there. The last time I used a hot dog cart, I took it to the car wash when I got home. We um, took everything out of it, and I went to the car wash, opened up all the doors, everything, and I started washing it all. I washed it, I scrubbed it, you know, and then I rinsed it off real good, brought it home, wiped it down with a towel. It looks pretty nice. I do have to, when I got to go to the store and buy some stainless steel cleaner. I was using vinegar, but it's just not working right. So we got to buy some stainless steel cleaner and put that on there and see if I can get it to shine up better. Yeah, it costs $10 to wash it. We have a car wash right here. for $10, I think that's what it is, or $9.75 or whatever. You can spend the entire day there in a bay washing your car. You can wash it, check it out. If it isn't good enough, you can go back in and rewash it again. Check it out. If it isn't what you like, you can go back, wash it again. You can do whatever you want. So, the last time I was there and washed my car, I was there for 2.5 hours. I think I washed the car probably 6 times. Because, I no more than get it all washed and look, and there's some spot I didn't get. And, I started my fingernail and, oh, well, go back in, scrub it some more, get it to come cleaner. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. They got a drive-through that you can drive through and wash. If it's not as clean as you want, you take it back through the drive-through. You can all day long. You can be there all day for $10. But once you leave, you have to pay to get back in again. So you can use their vacuums and everything. But at every car, doesn't matter who you are, you have to pay $10 to come in and wash. If you just want a simple $3 wash, you're not going to get one there. Because it ain't going to work. Because, you have to pay a $10 wash or $9.50 or whatever it is. And they don't take cash. It's credit card. Or they do. They take, tens. Yeah. 5s or 10s and, or credit card. They hand them a $10 bill, spit you out, I think, 2 quarters or a quarter or whatever. Or you push in a credit card. Well, I'd like to do that, but some cities, they frown on you washing your car in the driveway. I've done it here a couple of times. I've washed it in the driveway, but I also use a biodegradable soap and everything else too, something that's safe for the environment. Yeah, dishwasher doesn't do that good of a job. Huh. No. Grizz, good morning, man. Nice to have you here. Yeah, that's funny, Tim. I don't blame you either. Close the blinds. That way you don't have to watch her washing the cars. You hate to see her wash the dishes too, so you turn the chair facing the other way. That's right. Time flies. You're gonna get in trouble. You two there, just me. Have a blessed day. You help her back. You lift up your feet. That's funny. Yeah. That's right. When that mud falls off in your property, then you can put that someplace. You can put that in your garden, get you extra soil. Believe it or not, there, Grizz, years ago I worked in the garbage company, and there's a guy that had this coffee cup there, mechanic. Coffee cup looked nasty. I said, man, when's the last time you washed that? He says, I don't never wash it. He says, I wash the outside of it when it gets a bunch of coffee stains on it, but other than that, I don't wash the inside. Might rinse it out, but I don't do anything else to it. So, man, that coffee cup looks nasty. He says, no, it gives it character. I said, yeah, what's going to give you is a deathly disease. That fills the potholes. There you go. That's right. It's called recycling there, Alexander. That's funny, Tim. Tim don't even have to go out and get his car. He doesn't. His car will come right to the door. All Tim does is goes to the door and says, Belvedere, come here, boy. And that car starts right up and runs right over to the door. Tim hops in and away they go. Crowning Lions, good morning. How are you doing? Nice to have you here. Hate to tell you this, but I'm going to be out of here in 2 minutes. We get out of here at 9:30 Eastern Standard, so it's nice to see you. Elegant, you have yourself a great day. We'll catch you later. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You guys want to check out Crowning Lion? Haunted World War II video caves. World War II caves. I'm sorry, not video. Just wanted to see how my lions are doing. Just wanted to say hi. He's got some videos there. I got to check them out. Sorry, I can't check out everybody all the time, so I'll have to check that out. Don't touch your cup again. Well, good to see you too. All right, everybody. It is 9:30. I got to get out of here. Y'all have a great day. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here. I really do. I enjoy the time we get to spend together, and every day I am going to start to get better and better until I feel fine again. That really did take a lot out of me. So I can feel it in all my joints, everything, just cambered up on me or whatever you want to call it. But y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace to you. Stay safe, stay warm, stay dry, and we will catch you guys tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow is the short day from 6:30 to 8:30. So come join us, and we'll sit for a couple hours and talk about people. And have a great day, everybody. God bless to you. Goodbye.